Hello everyone, welcome back to Ignis Isekai, and today, in the spirit of the somewhat recent release of Season 2 of Rising of the Shield Hero, I know I'm a little late, life's been in the way. But today we're going to be doing a little bit of a discussion that had me thinking during Season 1. Everyone in Melromarc, especially the king and the church, seems to have a hate for the Shield Hero. Even after Naofumi had just arrived in this new strange world, he's got no idea what's going on. At the time of recording this, I have finished Season 1. I know why that there is hate there for the Shield Hero. But this is still a good discussion for the new viewers to the anime, and before we get into this, I do need to mention that there are going to be spoilers for Season 1. So, let's be real. If you haven't seen Season 1 by this point, some of you are slacking. Get on that and get back to this video afterward. Real quick, we've been watching anime weekly on my Discord server and doing abridged anime nights over on Twitch. If you'd like to join us, the links are going to be down in the description. It's a lot of fun and I really hope to see you all there. But anyway, sure, Naofumi has had a lot not go his way since he got isekai'd. Practically the whole kingdom is against him within the first 3 episodes, but it's obvious why everyone hates Naofumi. I won't go into detail, go watch it for yourselves. But I'm not here to talk about Naofumi in this video. No, today I'd like to talk about the previous Shield Hero, possibly the previous Shield Hero, if not the Shield Hero as a whole. For example, in the very first episode, the king barely lets Naofumi speak because he's the Shield Hero. Various dirty looks from around the rest of the throne room, not to mention that he's immediately set up, loses everything, and everyone just goes with it. This is fine. Sure, Naofumi doesn't really get how the world works, but that cannot be why he got chokeslammed emotionally for everything that he had. After all the accusations are said and done, there are mumbles from the throne room, stuff like, quote, "It really was a mistake to summon all 4 together," end quote, and, quote, "Exactly, they never should have summoned the Shield Hero," end quote. What happened with the last Shield Hero? What could have possibly made them all have this attitude towards this new Shield Hero? Let's go ahead and talk about it. Now, to start, let's talk about the church, because they're a huge part of this hate. First of all, the church is called the Three Heroes Church. 3, not 4. There are 4 cardinal heroes, and their crest is of the bow, spear, and sword. The shield is deliberately left out of it. Secondly, when Naofumi and his party go to the church for holy water to take care of Raphtalia's curse that she got from fighting the zombie dragon that the sword hero had left behind, they meet with the Pope and a few of his followers, and they're given a poor sample of holy water before being called out by Naofumi, after which the Pope tries to save face, sends the nun to retrieve a second vial of good holy water. The Three Heroes Church also very willingly accepted the king's order to not allow Naofumi and his party to get class upgrades during the first half of Season 1. But we'll talk a bit more about that later on, but it's just telling how adamant even the nuns of the Three Heroes Church were about upholding that decision. Naofumi is also the only hero to have currently gained access to the Curse series of his weapon, particularly the Raid Shield, which lends the Three Heroes Church some credence to their nickname, the Devil of the Shield. But the church aren't the only ones to blame for Naofumi's rotten luck in Melromarc. So, we can kind of get that the church is biased in which heroes it likes, being closely tied to the king and their work, and favoring only 3 out of the 4 cardinal heroes. It's clear that the church is simply the worst kind of corrupt, only out for their own personal gain and trying to do whatever they can to achieve their goals. It's not really a hate for the shield, but rather a bias towards the other 3 heroes. Next, we're going to be talking about the king, Alt-Cray Melromarc, otherwise known as Trash. The king is a bit petty and jaded, so buckle up. There's a lot to unpack here. He's estranged royalty from another land. Before he came to Melromarc, though, Alt-Cray had some bad experiences with demi-humans, which heavily impacted his family and made him hate the demi-humans, and by extension the Shield Hero, due to the demi-humans' worship of the Shield Hero. While in Melromarc, though, he joined the army, made a bit of a name for himself as a hero in the war, and won the heart of Queen Myrelia of Melromarc. He eventually marries into the Melromarc royal family, and the rest is history. But let's talk a bit more about the king's discrimination towards the Shield Hero. Now, I know I said I wasn't talking about Naofumi in this video, and I'm not, I promise. However, I am going to use some examples from his experiences with the king for this discussion. First, the king wouldn't allow Naofumi to do class upgrades for him or his party. His party consisting of the Shield Hero, obviously, a demi-human, and a Filolio. Nothing that Trash likes. He even threatened to use Raphtalia and Philo as a way to get Naofumi to listen to him, all while having a massive wicked smile on his face. Second, we learn, or at least I noticed during the second wave, that the line that the king fed the heroes about the weapons needing to be away from each other to be effective was a total lie. They were just trying to slow down the shield hero. And the king has no idea exactly what the cursed shield is and throws a temper tantrum when Naofumi refuses to tell him anything about it. Reasonably so for Naofumi. One last thing on trash, and this is simply a quote from the anime said by the trash man himself. Quote, "If the shield hero and his demi-humans do what they want, I'll lose my family again." End quote. Now, with King Altcry, we're definitely getting more of a hatred towards the shield. Past trauma and loss have caused him to completely despise demi-humans and by relation, the shield hero, to the point where he wants to either off them all or drag their names through the mud to grind them under his heel. He views them as nothing better than, ironically, trash and hates them with an absolute passion. Finally, and briefly, I want to talk about Trash's oldest daughter, the first princess of Melromarc, second in line to the throne, Mine, aka Malty, aka Bitch. Mine didn't exactly have a great past either, but a lot of that was Trash's fault. See, he tried to spoil his first daughter and give her everything that she wanted, almost rotting her to the core as a result and making her become a pathological liar, which is why the queen raised Melty all on her own, just to keep her from that, to prevent Bitch Jr. from becoming the same thing. Because of this, Mine tries to do anything to work her way into being first in line for the throne by doing whatever she can to please her father, including trying to ruin the shield hero. Let's get into this list of transgressions, shall we? So, before Naofumi had even come to Melromarc, Malty and the king worked together with the church to summon all 4 heroes to Melromarc while the queen was away. Despite the original plan being to summon 1 hero to each country to assist everyone in the raids instead of just Melromarc. Funny is, the queen didn't even leave them in charge of this matter while she was gone. They just did it of their own accord. They were like, yes. Secondly, Malty tried to frame Naofumi for committing no in order to turn the entire country of Melromarc against him, including the other 3 heroes. Once her sister Melty started to intervene in an attempt to clear Naofumi's name, Malty tried to make Melty not exist and frame the shield hero for brainwashing her, and killing 2 birds with 1 stone, getting rid of the shield hero and his party and removing the obstacle in her way to become the next queen of Melromarc. But even looking at all that, it isn't quite clear why Malty hates the shield hero specifically. She could have chosen any of the other heroes to ruin, and her father and the church, by extension, would have likely just gone along with it to spoil her. So why the shield? Simply put, it was the easiest option. We see it a lot in the show that Malty doesn't like dealing with things when they get difficult. Everyone already hated the shield hero, the king especially, so Malty conspiring to ruin Naofumi would gain her more favor in the eyes of the people in power and the public, making it much easier for her to become the next queen. And if her plan with Melty had succeeded, she probably would have been seen as a hero for destroying the devil of the shield. Now we're going to try to sum up everything that we talked about today in a nice, neat little package. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this isn't about Naofumi, not this video, or all the hate towards the shield hero. This was all an elaborate ruse orchestrated by the king, his first daughter, and the church, all stemming from the king's hatred, the church's ignorance, and Mine's lust for power. The 3 of them conspired against the shield hero to turn the whole world against him like they did. They planned to summon all the heroes to Melromarc just so that they could skew their opinion to their side of the narrative as well. All it took was 1 false accusation from a princess to seal the deal. But as time goes on, Naofumi learns more and more about this new world and his shield. He's also building his own reputation with the people of Melromarc, and they're starting to see that he really isn't that bad of a guy, and that he's actually helping a lot of people. Not to mention cleaning up the messes that the other 3 heroes have left behind. Just like the previous shield hero, eventually the people find out about the lies and the accusations the kingdom and the church are spreading about the shield hero are just that, lies and slander. And after the trial of Trash and Bitch, the truth is finally revealed and accepted throughout the kingdom. Even the other 3 heroes started to come around and try to work with Naofumi more. But there isn't too much more to talk about, because that's pretty much where season 1 ends. And other than a conversation the king was having during the end credits, I don't know much more about this topic at this time. So that's where I'm going to go ahead and leave this video. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a follow-up whenever I'm caught up with season 2, but you'll have to be subbed to know whenever that video comes out. If you did enjoy this video though, let me know by hitting that like button, leaving a comment down below, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I upload here. Take a look at my highlights channel and my Twitch. Those links are down below. I'll see you next time. Peace out.